It's live. Hello everyone and good morning. Welcome to morning briefing on Aspheric TV. I am Dayo Lujumo Ekuni. Good morning, Uncle Mustilala.
Good morning, Dayo. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I'm looking fine.
Thank you. And we are almost putting on the same, not just closely, because I got something creamy, peachy, and something from the House of Brown.
House of Brown, Aspheric.
Okay, good morning everybody, and let's go straight to top happenings making headlines on the front pages of Nigeria's dailies. Punch, a fresh move by the National Assembly to grant live pension for its preceding officers, including the Senate President and the Senate of the House of Representatives, as well as their deputies, has sparked outrage among civil society groups and some senior advocates. Daily Trust, ahead of the March 26th National Convention of the All Progressives Congress, APC President Muhammad Buhari has endorsed Abdullahi Adamu, a former governor of Nasarawa State, as the chairman of the ruling party. Credible source told Daily Trust. Vanguard, according to Vanguard, with the zoning of the national chairmanship of the All Progressives Congress, APC, to the north, leaders and stakeholders of the party are locked in high-wire consultations and horse trading over which of the three northern zones should pick the top seat. Nation, another attempt to review the 1999 Constitution will be revved up at the National Assembly when lawmakers vote on 67 bills from Tuesday. The Nation reports that the Joint Constitution Review Committee has proposed 67 bills, each on all the items being proposed for amendment. The Guardian, President, African Development Bank, AFDB Group, Dr. Akinwumi Adeshino has lent his voice to the contentious topic on the need to restructure the nation, the Guardian report. Right now we're going to a quick break, and when we come back we'll get to give you the news in details with analysis. Welcome back, everybody. Uncle Mustilala, I am sure you're so conversant with current affairs and everything that goes on everywhere
We are learning.
in the news. I mean, you're so current. So, amongst all that I listed out, that I picked, what really interested you?
Hey, I think, is it on Daily Trust or so? They came up with a shocker. Abdullahi Adamu.
Yes.
Out of all the people that have been jostling here and there to become APC chairman, Abdullahi Adamu is the least among all of them. I don't even see his posters or banner or anywhere, but from nowhere we are now hearing about Abdullahi Adamu, the former governor of Nasarawa State. Already, in the same Nasarawa State, there is this Tankwal Makura, a former governor too, who has been one of the major player. His campaign train, they were here and there in the name of becoming the APC chairman. But now we are hearing that Mr. President is rooting or is supporting Abdullahi Adamu. Although, according to Daily Trust, they say the source.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how it works in the media. That source could be a media cooked up, a concocted from the source to a kind of buttress, push the candidacy of Abdullahi Adamu. So it may not be from the president, but they are like, the opponent now, there will be jittery, saying, okay, all along, we thought we have the support of the Mr. President, but suddenly this is coming up. It may happen that the Mr. President is not even supporting anybody. He might choose to be neutral over all. Understand? So, but now, this is coming out let's wait and see.
Well, it might actually be, as you said,
Yeah,
a media gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about the fresh move to by the National Assembly to grant life pension to
You see,
to its preceding officers?
This is a serious matter. It's not something that we will laugh over. It is a very serious matter. You know, all along, I think some civil society organizations, they have been on this matter of this jumbo pay. We are talking about jumbo pay, whereby a House of Rep member is taking, according to them, they say the money is between 5 million to 9 million for House of Rep member, and about 12 million or thereabout to a senator. That is according to them. I think who among the senators is this Shehu Sani in the 8th Assembly came out to say something regarding that. You understand? So, but we have not been able to confirm it on our own part. But at least what we know is that these legislatures, they are taking jumbo pay already. Even at a time that our economy is unstable, they are still driving what will come to them. Then they are not talking about life. Is it life pension or what?
Yes, life pension.
To the principal officers. It will be a slap on our faces as Nigerians.
It doesn't even benefit Nigerians in any way.
No, it will. No, the fact is that whatever thing they are taking at the expenses of Nigerians. You understand? The Senate president recently, I think, one of the media houses hosting, and he was talking that what if you take the whole of Nigerian budget, what is coming to the National Assembly is like 0.0 plus 9 0 plus 0, like almost like 0.1 percent of what is of the entire budget, which is not to him. He said it's not significant. He has forgotten that there are some other hidden charges, hidden benefits, like constituency development project fund, which is not appropriate. You understand? Nigerians are suffering. The economy is suffering. They should be able, instead of coming out to say, okay, we are reviewing our pension scheme that will benefit the principal officers, which is going to be like something of life. Don't forget that some of them, they were ex-governors, and from their respective states, they have this benefits. They call it life pension scheme, whereby they are earning like 200 million every year, houses, cars, every year. Their state government must make that provision for them. So if some of them become Senate president, it means they will enjoy double benefits. That is what it means. So while they are like enjoying, millions of Nigerians are sliding into poverty, and they are rubbing insult on our faces, and they are getting out with it because Nigerians have not been able to speak with one voice to say, look, enough is enough over this. Today we are talking about ASUU. We have not resolved the issue of ASUU. There are destitute everywhere, children out of schools everywhere. Poverty is on the increase. Unemployment is almost like 23%, and they are talking about benefit to people that are already billionaires. It means they will continue to live on government purse. That is what it means. If you are giving yourself a life pension, it means that is everything in your house. You see, it's uncalled for.
Well, President Muhammadu Buhari has postponed the signing of the reworked Electoral Act Amendment Bill till Friday, February 25. Well, that's according to Chinese television. A source close to the presidency made the new date known in an interview on Wednesday. Well, the source, who had earlier said President Muhammadu Buhari would sign the bill on Wednesday, confirmed President Buhari will sign the revised document around 12 p.m. on Friday. This same source keeps giving us date and postpone.
Like I told you over Abdullahi Adamu's case, the source would always be there in terms of media practice, you understand? So it's only when you put them under pressure before they will disclose. And they are not they are at liberty not to even disclose the source, you understand? So the source is always there. The source told them that on Wednesday, today is Thursday, the music has changed, and now Friday. Friday may come, and Mr. President will come up with a new thing and send a letter to the National Assembly to say, look, I'm not going to sign this thing. You understand? If you want me to sign, rework this. I'm just saying
Yes,
this is
yes.
what it may, from my own observation. So it may happen that way.
But it's
And
not up to 30 days,
so, and the president may pull a surprise on Nigerians to say, okay, look, when they are least expect that he will sign this, he will just sign it. Understand? But I still believe that the Attorney General, it's not something that only the president will just sit and sign. Before you sign, the Attorney General of the Federation will seek the advice of the Attorney General regarding it. And the Attorney General will study it clause by clause to know if there's anyone that doesn't go in, that goes contrary to what the Mr. President has in mind and what Nigerians have in mind. He will now counter it and say, okay, send it back to them to rework it. And don't forget that the National Assembly has the veto power to say, okay, if the president refuses to sign, and they will have that veto power to sign it and pass it into law. But I don't think they will do it because it will require a bipartisan support across all the senators.
Okay, well, Governor Wike of Rivers State has mocked the ruling All Progressives Congress APC over the inability to hold a national convention, yet despite many attempts. Well, the governor said the APC lacks the capacity to put its house in order, and it reflects in its inability to manage the challenges facing the country and its people. Well, Wike keeps throwing arrows at APC, and I think they are giving him the opportunity to make the statement.
No, it's not like they're giving him the opportunity.
Because of what they are doing, I mean.
Okay,
I mean, the date of their national convention has lingered so much.
Yeah.
So it gives room for all this.
It shows that PDP, the media team of the PDP, they are ineffective. That when you see a governor firing like that, it means the media team of the opposition party, they are ineffective. And their inefficiency in terms of dishing out what the opposition required. And that is why you could hear from the voice of Nyosin Wike is becoming too loud. You understand? What he's saying is that as a ruling party, you should be able to hold your convention. When you said, we are holding a convention so time, because as a ruling party, not just a ruling party, but a much more younger party that claims power from a leading party. You understand? Now they are in power. They should be able to live up to expectation. They should live by example. They should lead by an example and live by example for other political parties to follow. APC should be able to set the pace, but they are not doing that, and that is why you could hear Nyosin Wike now coming out to laugh at them and mock them. You understand? One thing about politicians and politicking, one thing is to talk. You understand? One thing is to talk. One thing is to critique. You critique, you criticize. As you do that, does that translate into real electoral victory? That is what we are waiting for in 2023. Wike is firing here and there. Will he be able to, with that firing, touch APC? Will it diminish the support that APC will garner here and there? So let's wait. But
aside from Wike, with all that is happening in the APC now, when we talk about Nigerians, layman, and they begin to hear about all this thing, it reduces their trust. Because when you're supposed to have done this national convention, it keeps lingering. I mean, you should have done it.
Dayo, can I ask you this? Do you think Nigerians even trust APC?
That's the question now.
See, when we're talking about Nigerians, we're talking about masses. We're talking about over 50 million to 100 million Nigerians. You understand? We're talking about Nigerians suffering and bearing the brunt of today's economy. When we're talking about today's economy, we're talking about a bag of rice, which used to be like 7,000 to 9,000 naira. That is 25 kg of rice in 2014, 2015. That same bag of rice now is between 25,000 to 30. You understand? So, if you are talking about trust, do you think Nigerians trust APC government? You understand? Don't misquote us. We are not talking about. We are not trying to X-rays APC or Buhari's administration. What we are talking about is that we are just analyzing and based on the happenings in the market, the economy.
Yes.
and the experiences of Nigerians. You understand? Currently now there is a fuel scarcity. People are buying oil at outrageous prices. You understand? The suffering still continue. So the aspect of whether criticism by Nyesom Wike would make Nigerians to hate or swing their support, I don't think it will do that. Go to the road, go to the street, to the villages. What they are saying, there is a kind of detachment between Nigerians and the leaders. You understand? It translates to trust. Do we trust the government? The general public should be able to tell you that. From their body language, from the way they respond, you will know whether we trust our government or not. You understand? But if you allowed me, I will tell you that, look, Nigerians are more concerned about their safety, security. Then they just believe that all of that is, if government like, they should take the CBN, take everything, take an NPC and go with it. But they should secure lives for them. Because
with the report I've been able to get, while I went out to get some information, Nigerians are not okay talking anymore.
You see,
they are not okay talking. Of course, they can see all that is happening. Their trust is not about you waiting for Nigerians to gather in this place and say that we do not trust the ruling party, we do not trust the government anymore. Most Nigerians don't trust the government, according to my findings. So, most Nigerians don't trust.
You should clarify it. It's not even about the government of the day only. We have not, for long, we don't trust government. We don't believe in government because we believe that the government, they are the people that they have been subjecting us to untold hardship. You understand? Nigerians believe that, look, election will come, they will go out, suffer to cast their vote, and at the end of the day, they will still suffer under the same system. So you discover that as long as we continue this way, whereby Nigerians are not driving the benefit of democracy, we will continue to suffer that. The government will continue to suffer that trust issue and confidence.
With the way things are, it will actually make Nigerians become more scared. Because how will a politician come out to say, I am ready to play dirty? I mean, you're playing games with the mind of Nigeria. It's not just about politics. You're playing games. I mean, who are you coming to rule? Is it the government you're coming to rule, the people? They
have been playing dirty. You understand? They have been playing dirty because if you observe very well, once we are approaching election period, there will be tense situation whereby assassination here and there, kidnapping here and there, and some other attempts here and there. You understand? So these people, they have been living. It's like they have created a barricade between us and them. We see them, but there is a barricade between us and them. We only see them during when election is approaching. That is when you start seeing some of the actors coming out. You'll be seeing them in the market.
See them do good work. And after you've elected them, and that
is the end. So that is the situation. And that is why you see us, Nigerians, they don't care. What the government is doing is entirely their own. But it's not good. You understand? No any nation progress on that pattern. So Nigerians should be able to change. If they don't change, these people, they will continue to be there and be doing and running the government at our own, which is supposed to be they're supposed to be accountable to us, but they are not accountable to us. Not. So it should be at our expenses that, look, they are ruling. As the more they cut billions, the more Nigerians suffer the consequences. Now the National Assembly is talking about reviewing life pension. You understand? If they do that, it's like only one Senate President or Speaker of the House. It means what is going to take for 4 years. That amount of money that is going to take to earn for 4 years, that money could transform the lives of 10 millions of Nigerians. And that is just only the Speaker. So I think we just have to change. As people, we must change. If we are clamoring for change from the leaders, we as people too, our attitude towards the government, we must change it. If we don't change it, we'll continue on this path.
Well, the federal government has declared the current strike embarked upon by the Academic Staff Union of the University, ASUU, as illegal after the cancellation meeting ended in deadlock early Wednesday morning. Well, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, while addressing stakeholders at the meeting, disclosed that the union did not go through a normal process before embarking on the industrial action. It described the ongoing strike as a clear breach of the law, saying it did not give the federal government the minimum 14 days strike notice prescribed by the law prior to the strike. Well, they're not together anymore.
They are not together.
Yes.
They are now, federal government now is now on the combative and offensive mode now, you understand? They are saying ASUU did not give them that prior notice of 14 days before they embark on
the strike.
Well, I know it will come to this. The next phase now will be no work, no pay. Federal government did it before. And ASUU did not back down. They continue with the strike. So, to me, it's more of they should dialogue. The process of dialoguing is the best. They should put into consideration the suffering of students. This posture of ASUU is hot. Federal government is hot. When the two elephants fight, it's the grass that will suffer.
They'll suffer.
So they should put into consideration the feeling, the suffering of students. At least there is an agreement already which was signed. If the federal government is saying, look, we don't have the resources to meet the demand, they should communicate with them in a manner that will be understood, not with a way that, look, come, gentlemen, let's sit down, round table, we'll discuss, as we'll discuss. No, I don't accept this, you don't accept this, you don't accept it. At the end of the day, it will end up in deadlock, like they had that yesterday. Now federal government is coming out this way, that look, the next thing it will be sanction in the name of no work, no pay. They'll stop their salaries, and it will become disastrous. ASUU, they have said it that, look, this time around they are ready to stay at home till any number of months or even a year. So dialogue is the best.
Well, Russian President Putin has announced a military operation in Ukraine to defend separatists in the east of the country. Well, according to a report, the Russian president made the announcement in a surprise televised statement today. Well, there's a report that the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres had appealed to Putin to stop his troops from entering Ukraine. He made this personal plea in the Emergency Security Council meeting Wednesday night. Well, President Putin I'm quoting him right now. He said, President Putin, stop your troops from attacking Ukraine. Give peace a chance. Too many people have already died, and truly too many people have already died. Well, the U.S. President Joe Biden has said that the U.S. will deploy additional troops and equipment to Baltic members of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, in Eastern Europe. I know you have a wide knowledge on this, so I actually want you to shed more light on this, especially the effects that this is going to bring.
Number one, it will happen, whether we like it or not. The crisis in Ukraine will lead to increase in price of oil around the world. The global oil price, it will shoot up, because Russia is one of the major oil producers in the world. So it means the crisis and the sanction, which is being, although the sanction now by the West and by US and their European partners, the sanction involve financial clampdown on banks in Russia. So President Biden, he has said it. Look, shortly after the attack began in Ukraine president put a call to him, and they spoke, and he said he's rallying around the world for international support against Russia. So that the more Russia step up their attack, the more action they step up, they conduct in Ukraine, the more sanction on Russia. The question now is this: are the sanctions enough to deter Putin from conducting further military action in Ukraine? To me, I don't see it that way. It won't. It won't. The sanction will not stop Putin from further actions. Now, before now, you know, this is a crisis that started in 2014. Between 2014 and 2021, over 140 million people have lost their life. Understand? Two regions in Ukraine they have now declared self-independent, which Putin said he recognized them. He did not stop there. He now offered about 800,000 people. They are Ukrainians, but he offered them Russia's international passport, which means they automatically become Russia's citizens. And this is where Putin is using them as a pretext for the action he's taking over Ukraine. He said, look, it's there, my forces are there as a mediator, as a peacemakers. But in fact, we are talking about attacks. The attack did not stop in the eastern Ukraine alone. Even down to the Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, their military installations are being attacked. It's that crisis. It goes beyond Ukraine. It will cause global economic problem. Like Joe Biden said to his Americans yesterday, he said, look, Americans, they should brace up. He told them that, look, the Americans should brace up, that they will face crisis from that crisis there, which is, we're talking about Russia, Ukraine, and it's 2 worlds apart. But you can see the effect because of that. So it won't tell on the global economy. It won't tell on the world peace. NATO is not ready to back down to. They are trying to expand to the Eastern Europe, which is the major cause of this problem. You understand? Already NATO, they are in Estonia, they are in Lithuania, their forces are there, and they keep on spreading. And they're trying to admit Ukraine as a member of NATO. And that is why Russia is now saying, Putin is now saying that, look, over our dead body, we won't accept that. As long as Ukraine will be part of NATO, there will be war. And that is where we are today. You understand? The consequences, there is a serious effect on the international relation when it comes to what is happening now. It means from 1945, when the world the Second World War ended, United Nations has been playing vital role around the world. But have the UN been able to achieve the peace in Ukraine? They have not. So that is why now we are at war. So the time is not late, but I still believe that neutrality will be able to bring back peace in that region. Don't forget that we are suffering a global pandemic. COVID-19 is still ravaging around the world. And then we are adding a major war. A major war that, if care is not taken, it will snowball to Third World War, which is going to be catastrophic for the whole world. It's not good. Russia is a nuclear power nation. US too is a nuclear power. US is #1 military giant in the world, I think, followed by China and then Russia. So you see. So we need peace. We need peace.
We need peace. Well, thank you everyone for staying with us on Morning Briefing Aspheric TV. I am Dayo Olujo Ekuni. Thank you so much, Uncle Musti Lala.
Thank you, Dayo.
Do have a wonderful day, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook at Aspheric News, Instagram at aspheric.news, and Twitter at Aspheric News. And do visit our website www.aspheric.news.com. Thank you.